Dear Esther, I have now driven the stretch of the M5 between Exeter and Bristol over 21 times. But although I have all the reports and all the witnesses, and have cross-referenced them within a millimetre using my Ordnance Survey maps, I simply cannot find the location. You'd think there would be marks to serve as some evidence. It's somewhere between the turn-off for Sanford and the welcome brake services. But although I can always see it in my rear-view mirror, I have as yet been unable to pull ashore.
I think Esther's dead. She died in a car accident on the M5 between Bristol and wherever it was, just between Sanford and the welcome brake services. Which is never a good place to be killed in a car accident. And she's now come to... Oh, there's a light over there. So why am I in the Hebrides if all I'm talking about is Wolverhampton and the M1? M5, not the M1. Strange. Why am I here? Am I just getting away from the grief of having lost Esther? Am I reading this story at all the right way? I'm guessing the time spent with Paul was to get over the death of Esther. What's down here? An old cargo ship washed up ashore. Is that a person? Is that another person up there? Or was it a ghost? Seemed a bit eerie, it seemed to float. We'll see.
It's only at night that this place makes any sluggish effort at life. You can see the buoy and the aerial. I've been taking to sleeping through the day in an attempt to resurrect myself. I can feel the last days drawing upon me. There's little point now in continuation. There must be something new to find here. Some nook or some cranny that offers a perspective worth clinging to. I've burnt my bridges. I've sunk my boats and watched them go to water.
Okay, he's coming to the end of something. Did I see something down here? Was it me, or was there like a figure? Let's go back up and see if it was just a trick of the, something else. Maybe one of those fence posts, but it just seemed like a person to me. He feels like he's not alone. He was just below the buoy. Oh! I'll go down there anyway. Sure there was a person up there. It's gone now. Oh well, let's go to this boat. He's burnt his bridges and sunk his boats, so let's go look at this sunken boat. Is there anything on here? Lots of cargo. Paint! More paint! It's the same paint as before. Maybe that's where the paint came from. Maybe the person in the lighthouse looted the washed ashore paint. Whoever the person in the lighthouse was. Is it me? If so, why am I a scientist? A chemist? I keep looking over there, expecting to see a person again. I'm sure it wasn't just the buoy. The buoy was too high up. There's nothing in here. It's just an old shipwreck. in this desolate place where the only thing that looks alive is that light on the buoy and the aerial, whatever the aerial is. I'll make it there soon. I promise. Or I might just... Ooh. What does that
There
say?
must be a hole in the bottom of the boat. How else could new hermits have arrived?
New hermits? What? Neither did I eat nor drown. Neither did he eat nor drown? Some sort of riddle? Why is that written on there? I can't go any further up here, can I? Can I? Oh yes, I can kind of go up this rock a bit. Oh, there's an arrow. Is it an arrow or is it a trident? It's an arrow. There are more hermits? This is just an island for hermits. Where people who are... You've given up on life because of whatever, go to live. Don't know what that means on the side of the boat either. And get closer and see. No, you can't see it from this angle. Go back. Still nothing over there. Well, let's go left up here towards the aerial. I still want to see what the aerial is. Oh, it's windy.
I had kidney stones and you visited me in the hospital.
Oh no,
After the
that's painful.
operation, when I was still half submerged in anesthetic. Your outline and your speech both blurred. Now my stones have grown into an island and made their escape, and you have been rendered opaque by the car of a drunk.
Okay. So Esther was killed in a car accident on the M5 between Bristol and somewhere. Can't remember where. By a drunk driver. And I have come to this island to escape, get away from the world. This is quite dark.
What charnel house lies at the foot of this abyss? How many dead shepherds could fill this hole?
Going by the size of it, at least 83, I think. I ain't jumping down there, if that's what you think. Well, there's water at the bottom, but I don't know how to get out. What's that? Oh, it's a house. Oh, is this the... This is the, old shepherd's place, I suppose.
I've begun to climb, away from the sea
Yes.
and towards the centre. It is a straight line to the summit, where the evening begins to coil around the aerial and squeeze the signals into early silence. The bothy squats against the mount to avoid the gaze of the aerial. I too will creep under the island like an animal and approach it from the northern shore.
Okay, I'll do that. Why is there an aerial on a long abandoned island? I'm guessing this is the old shepherd's place with very small fields.
The bothy was constructed originally in the early 1700s. By then, shepherding had formalised into a career. The first habitual shepherd was a man called Jacobsen, from a lineage of migratory Scandinavians. He was not considered a man of breeding by the mainlanders. He came here every summer whilst building the bothy, hoping eventually that becoming a man of property would secure him a wife and a lineage. Donnelly records that it did not work. He caught some disease from his malcontented goats and died 2 years after completing it. There was no one to carve white lines into the cliff for him either.
Am I the Donnelly, is he a historian who wrote the book that was in the lighthouse? So this is his history of the island, and this is that a bothy? Is a bothy a cottage? I don't know. What have we got in here?
Inventory. A trestle table we spread wallpaper on in our first home. A folding chair. I laughed at you for bringing camping in the lakes. I was uncomfortable later and you laughed then. This diary, the bed with the broken springs. Once asleep you have to remember not to dream. A change of clothes. Donnelly's book, stolen from Edinburgh Library on the way here. I will burn them all on the last morning and make an aerial of my own.
Okay, so I am the narrator is reading just the diary and the of whoever I am. Is this where I've been living? Is this Bothy's book? And I've burnt it in the last morning. Oh. Donnelly's book. Burnt. This diary. Where's the diary? What's that book? It's in Greek, maybe? What else is here? What is... dressing gown? Lots of paper, trying to make a hat or a boat out of maybe the diary? Volumes. Okay, let's make our way underneath the island towards the aerial. Oh, seagull. There's a cave there. There's anything else? Oh, there's another painting. That's that one again. It almost looks like an upside down octopus. And more of that paint. Where's it leading me now? Do I have to... Can I go that way? Up here? It's one of those games where it feels like... Oh. Radio interference again? The London Clinic. Something Place, London. Department of Pathology. It's a blood test. Negative for anything. For everything, most things. Is that the 21st of November 1995? Can't see the name. Cartier? Wonder why that's... Why are these things here? I keep hearing kind of radio interference, which is leading me towards the aerial. But yeah, it's kind of... It's an open world, but you're kind of being led somewhere by some hidden hand. Can I get up here? Some sort of pathway. Well, I can't get up to it. So I guess I'm not supposed to. Yeah, I can get up here. More radio crackly interferencey type stuff. Okay, we'll keep with the path going this way for now. Looks like it's going into the cave. The other cave wasn't particularly exciting, but this one might have more in it. No, it's not going to the cave. Or is it? Going down to the beach. Oh, it's not a cave, is it? It's just a... inlet. What's down here? Everything about this game is just so beautiful. The mist, the sunset. Well, the sun reflecting in the clouds. Just the the crisp Hebridean light. Oh, what got down here? Another boat.
He left his body to the medical school and was duly opened out for a crowd of students 21 days after his passing. The report is included in my edition of his book. The syphilis had torn through his guts like a drunk driver, scrambling his organs like eggs on a plate. But enough definition remained for a cursory examination, and, as I suspected, they found clear evidence of kidney stones. He's likely to have spent the last years of his life in considerable pain. Perhaps this is the root of his laudanum habit. Although its use makes him an unreliable witness, I find myself increasingly drawn into his orbit.
Is this Donnelly again? So, somebody is also dead. They've, a long time ago, some writer, I think. And it somehow reminds him of the man who killed Esther.
They found Jakobsen in early spring. The thaw had only just come. Even though he'd been dead nearly 7 months, his body had been frozen right down to the nerves and had not even begun to decompose. He'd struggled halfway down the cliff path, perhaps looking for some lost goat, or perhaps in a delirium, and expired, curled into a claw right under the winter moon. Even the animals shunned his corpse. The mainlanders thought to bring it home unlucky. Donnelly claims they dragged it to the caves to thaw out and rot, but he is proving an unreliable witness.
Oh, Donnelly. So the Scandinavian farmer died somewhere up on this cliff path, on this island for hermits. There's an old boat. Any writing on the boat? Any idea of what it is? No. Ah, there is a cave up here. I guess I should be going into the cave. As opposed to...
Climbing down to the caves, I slipped and fell and have injured my leg.
Oh no!
I think the femur is broken. It is clearly infected. The skin has turned a bright, tight pink, and the pain is crashing in on waves, winter tides against my shoreline, drowning out the ache of my stones. I struggled back to the bothy to rest, but it has become clear that there is only one way this is likely to end. The medical supplies I looted from the trawler have suddenly found their purpose. They will keep me lucid for my final ascent.
I still don't know if I'm this guy or if I'm just reading his diary and following his footsteps. So he's gone to the aerial to kill himself, he's broken his leg and it's infected, but the medicine he got from the trawler is keeping him alive until the end. He slipped and fell coming down to the caves. I'm guessing these are the caves. Oh, very cave-like. Oh, is this the path of the candles he lit? And they're still alight. Oh. Oh, I don't like this. This is eerie. Oh dear. I guess I'm supposed to go down here. Oh. Have I just broken my leg?